Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are having a great day. The last 24 hours have been a little shaky. It's definitely a roller coaster ride because the market has been extremely volatile. If you just pay attention to the Dogecoin market, it's pretty much exactly how the entire crypto market has been acting. There was a little bit of a downtrend, then there was consolidation to try to cool off the downtrend, then there was a panic sell, buy the dip, and then now we're consolidating, especially after Fed left the interest rate unchanged. There was a little bit of expectation that it might be coming down, and that's the reason why there was a little bit of volatility in the market, but the unchanged actually helped the market in a positive way, because if you just look at the Bitcoin price, it's actually hitting the 98,000 mark after a very long time, clearly suggesting that the ETFs are actually playing a crucial role. On the other end, Fed Chairman Powell says inflation has come down a great deal, while Trump-backed USD1 is now the 7th largest stablecoin worldwide. One thing that shocks me about this is inflation has come down, then what's happening with the interest rate? That's just what I'm trying to say. Why is it unchanged? Well, 4.4 billion Dogecoin reached in hours. What's next for the price? While Dogecoin jumps nearly 4% as traders eye the Fed interest rate decision in favor of crypto, while Bitcoin reacts to the US Federal Reserve decision to maintain the interest rate, and clearly there was a little bit of a sell-off, but buying the dip helped it push up very quickly, while the US Treasury Secretary expresses support for the crypto bill at the hearing. And let's just say, as more and more clear regulations are set on crypto, it will be actually much easier for the market to climb even higher. Before we get into the full details of all this, if you guys are here for the first time, you want to stay up to date with everything to do with the crypto market, scroll down, tap the red subscribe button, and especially turn on your notifications so you can stay up to date with the latest and the greatest news first. And while there, slap a like on the video. Let's go for a like goal of 34. We've been smashing all of them, so I really appreciate you boys. Now let's look at the way the Bitcoin market is moving. Now, you know from previous times, the price action that we are sitting on currently has acted as a very strong resistance in previous days. Especially, you can see that over here, which was pretty much February or start of February, just around the time when Trump got into the office. Now you can see we were consolidating between 95 and 98 for a very long period of time. This time around, if we want to actually break above this accumulation zone, the best thing to do is get over 100,000 as quickly as possible. If there's going to be a little bit of consolidation, well, there is a risk. That's what I'm going to say, because the risk is going to be we might be getting a lot of short-term holders to actually try to sell and try to walk away with the profit, and we do not want that if the Bitcoin market needs to climb quickly. That's just what I'm trying to say. And if you look at the open interest for Bitcoin, it's actually sitting quite well, because if you just look at the long to the short ratio, it's not in favor of long traders anymore. It's actually 54% in the favor of short traders. While if you look at Dogecoin on the other end, it's very clear that the long traders are being favored much greatly. And overall, if you look at the altcoin season, this is the first time after a long time we're actually seeing that more money is actually flowing into the altcoin as compared to Bitcoin, because last week it was sitting at 15. Clearly Bitcoin was the only thing that was leading the charts, but this time around it's a little bit different, because the altcoin market is definitely showing a good amount of growth. And I want to talk about this. This is very interesting to me. So at the time of writing, Dogecoin is up 4%. But what's next? What's going to happen with Dogecoin, seeing that such large amount of purchase? I mean, the crypto market has slightly higher. On Wednesday, investors are waiting the federal rate announcement, and the federal rate pretty much came out to be unchanged, and from there the market was able to see a large amount of trading volume actually flow into it. I mean, if you just look at the Dogecoin trading volume, you'll realize that in the last 24 hours it might be down 22%, but it's still sitting at a quite large chunk at about 700 million, which is 3%, and that's pretty high for something that's actually sitting at a very good high market cap. And this is another way to see it. So currently we're sitting over here. There might be a little bit of testing, and then we might be seeing the third rally, which could push up the price a little bit higher than the previous rally, which was close to 44 cents. And this is very interesting, which is Arizona officially signs a law to establish a Bitcoin reserve fund. This is amazing, just to give you an idea, because this is another state that has definitely started to push their money into the crypto market, while Fed Powell says US economy is resilient and doing fairly well. When you use the word fairly, I mean, this is the best way to describe it, because personally I always get very confused as fairly means what, because for every person fairly is a different amount. That's all I'm gonna say. And Treasury Secretary says digital assets are an important source of innovation that will drive the usage of US dollar. Now, I kind of do agree with this point, just to give you an idea, because if this is true, like if the US government is able to back this up, there will be a lot more that would happen with stable coins. And it's very clear that the president already knows that. That's why there is a stable coin backed by Trump, which is USD1. And another thing is Federal Reserve says the risk of higher unemployment and higher inflation has risen. So why isn't there rate cuts? So these two things actually very strongly confuse why they kept it unchanged. Because if either of that happens, so inflation has come down a great deal, shouldn't the interest rate come down as well? And then this is the second thing, the higher unemployment and higher inflation has risen. So wouldn't that mean interest rate cut? I don't know. I'm just very confused what the decision was behind keeping it unchanged, because currently maybe they're just trying to figure out what to do and how to react with the current situation around the whole globe. Doge is waking up, and when Doge runs, the whole meme coin army follows. And this is true, because if you just pay attention, every single time when it comes to Dogecoin, it's always the meme coins that actually do extremely well. I'm not saying Dogecoin is always the leader. I'm more like whenever meme coins start climbing, Doge has to follow through first to be able to give a little bit more, like, you know, space for the entire market. Revolut partners with Lightspark to add Bitcoin Lightning for UK and EEA users. So that's more money that's going to be flowing into the crypto market, while the whales capitalize on recent price surge, booking profits by selling over 60,000 Bitcoin. This is the reason why we noticed such a huge down, or you can say selling pressure, and we were able to see that most of the people bought the dip. And Bitcoin could retest 97,700 resistance, and we already did, and we're sitting currently at 98,000. While Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Dogecoin continue trading sideways as Fed keeps the interest rates unchanged. But something that is big is Visa bets on stablecoin demand with investment in BVNK, and this is just, you know, a startup to try to get closer to their, you know, ambition of crypto. And Hong Kong defends currency peg while Bitcoin pumps back to 97,000, and the US-China trade talks are starting to talk. What I mean by that is they're getting more involved with the talking to try to reduce the trade, that deficit that they're pretty much receiving. And this is the biggest thing, honestly. Bhutan has introduced the crypto payments for tourists. So Bhutan now lets tourists pay for travel, hotels, and more with over 100 cryptos via Binance Pay and DK Bank. So this country definitely knows something. They have so much of their money put into crypto, and now they're allowing tourists to actually pay with crypto. Huge. But other than that, the market is definitely in an uptrend, and if Bitcoin sets an all-time high, the altcoins will follow very soon. Other than that, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, subscribe. Not financial advice. Enjoy, and I'll see you soon.